Hi everyone. I wanted to take a little time and talk you through one of the most popular enchanting extras that you can book while going and visiting Walt Disney World in Florida. I am actually making a trip in a couple weeks, and one of the things that my 7-year-old daughter really wants to do is Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. So if you haven't heard of this, this is kind of the coveted enchanting extra experience that you can do. They basically do, in short terms, a princess makeover. Usually ages 3 to 14 are the right ages for this experience. And it's something that'll take approximately 1.5 to 2 hours. So think about that in your Magic Kingdom day. It is actually located behind the castle. There's a little shop that is called Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. And the experience is really all encompassing. It's a really immersive, interactive experience where your little prince or princess can get a full makeover, and that will include a variety of different options depending on the package that you choose. This is often a reservation that can be really difficult to get. So I would say if it is something that you want to do, make sure that you connect with your travel agent who can specifically look for these experiences for you. I also recommend that you try to plan these for the end of your trip if you're staying on property at a Disney World resort, as you get first access 60 days in advance of your trip to be able to book some of these special experiences. It's actually going to be easier for you to find an open time if you plan it for later in your trip. So for example, for my trip coming up, we're going to be there for 6 days, and we actually scheduled it for our last day, and I had no problem getting a booking for both my son and my daughter to do Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. So I'll talk a little bit more about what that entails, how it works, and show you some pictures from our last trip when my daughter did this for the first time. So first and foremost, you're going to walk over to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. One thing to know is they won't let you in super early, so don't plan to get there really early. Maybe take a ride on the carousel or stop into Sir Mickey's if you'd like before your appointment, but really try to get there about 5 minutes before your scheduled time, and they will escort you in. The first thing they're going to do is they're going to welcome you to the experience as you walk in. Take note of the special details in all of the wallpaper. It's really special in there. And they're going to ask your prince or princess how they'd like to be addressed. They're going to say, would you like to be princess or queen or fairy or pirate or sir? Or so I have all these different options. And so from that point on, your child gets to make that choice, and they will be referred to as, Princess Isabel or Prince Carson throughout the duration of their time there. As they walk in, they're going to hand you a giant book. The book is going to give you a lot of options in terms of what different packages are available. It will show you pictures of dresses, what's included. So currently there are 4 different packages that are kind of the traditional princess packages. The first one is going to be your carriage package starting at about $99.95 plus tax. It's going to include a Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique t-shirt, hairstyling, makeup and a face gem, a princess sash and a cinch bag, and nail polish. It's the basic package, is about $100 per person. The castle package will now include a dress of choice. There's a princess gown, additional accessories that coordinate with the gowns. Different princesses have different accessories, so keep that in mind. And then all the other things that have already been included. That's going to be around $199.95 plus tax per person. The next one is the deluxe castle package. So it's everything that I just described with the princess dress, but it's actually one of the deluxe Disney princess gowns. You'll notice there's a bit of a quality difference in them. They're going to be a nicer quality. And you're going to see that for a select number of princesses, and that's going to be $229.95 plus tax. The final option are these beautiful signature dresses, very heirloom quality. You think you're going to have this forever. That's about $450 plus tax. So those are the 4 basic packages for your princess who may be interested in going. There's also a night package. So if you have a little one who would rather not dress up as a princess and would rather maybe be a knight for the day, there is a basic hairstyling, a little gel in the hair. There are night costumes, but the night deluxe package is $80, about $79.95. That includes a night costume, a sword and shield, and hairstyling gel. You can also go with the basic night package, which is $19.95, which is just the sword and shield and hair gel, so without the costume piece. One thing you can do at Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique is you can bring your own costume in. It's not going to diminish the experience for you, really kind of taking into account what your budget is, what your kids may or may not appreciate. I know some people with little ones have an issue with like things being too itchy. If you have your own costume that you want to bring, go for it. Totally okay to do that. All right, the next thing as you walk in, you get to look at these packages. Your fairy dressmaker is going to meet you and bring you back into the bigger part of the boutique. Now, this is where every dress, every costume, every accessory is going to be housed, and you're going to be able to walk through there with your fairy dressmaker and select an option or two you might want for your little one. You'll then go back and have a very magical experience in the fitting room. You may have a special appearance by the fairy godmother herself. So just know that it's really kind of a special moment. Again, if you bring your own costume, you can actually bring your costume back and have your little one change into it at that point in time. No problem. From there, you'll go back to the boutique and you'll wait a little bit. And they'll show you an example of some of the hairstyles, whether it's a ponytail with a longer, colorful pony that gets added in with a flower crown, or a bun with a bow, or if your dress came with a tiara, maybe you're going to have the tiara put in. It's going to give your little a chance to kind of look through different options for hair, and you will select how they want their hair to be done when they have their makeover. At that point, your fairy godmother's apprentice will walk through the doors and ask, to meet you, and they will actually walk you outside of the Bibbidi Bobbidi boutique and over to the castle. So there are two things you can do in Cinderella Castle. One is Cinderella's Royal Table Restaurant, and the other is the makeover portion of the Bibbidi Bobbidi boutique experience. So as you go in there, you're going to see very glamorous salon style seating, and every little girl or little boy or little one will have their own chair, their own dedicated fairy godmother's apprentice to do their hair, their makeup, their nails, and anything that you have with your package. So once you're in there, one of the cool things is that PhotoPass photographers are going to be basically constantly coming through and taking photos of the entire experience for you. So I highly recommend getting Memory Maker for your trip. If you can do it in advance, save some money on it, you should. But that way you can just sit there and just watch and take in the experience without having your phone out, trying to take photos yourself. And you'll get a ton. I think we had something like 50 pictures of my daughter getting her makeover last year. So get Memory Maker if you're going to do Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. You will not regret it. And they have beautiful photos. And I'll put a couple of them in here so you can take a look. So once that's over, they will present your prince or princess or knight or fairy or mermaid or whatever you want to be right in the back of the castle. You'll make you a little treat, a little prize, a little something, and you'll be on your way for the rest of the day. One of the things I definitely recommend doing after a Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique appointment is to walk right next door to Sir Mickey's. In the back of Sir Mickey's on the right-hand side, there's actually a PhotoPass photographer stationed there all the time. They have beautiful backgrounds, and they'll do some magic shots for you and your little ones so that you can really take home some kind of magical photo memory. So I'll put a few of those here. My daughter Isabel loved these. We still look at them all the time. It's been well over a year since we did this, but it's a really special spot to go and really kind of commemorate the experience. Keep in mind, it's an hour and a half, 2-hour appointment. A lot of people maybe want to do a dinner reservation at Cinderella's Royal Table or be our guest or something else after that. You may want to give yourself a little bit of a break so your kid can go stretch their legs, depending on their age, how comfortable they are sitting down for long periods of time. I find that actually having a couple hours after the appointment to go ride some rides, meet some characters, and do some experiences is kind of a needed break before then going and sitting down for maybe an hour and a half dinner or an hour and a half meal somewhere else. So keep that in mind. Different options. You know your family best. You know what's going to work for you. But if you need any other tips and tricks on what to do and how to do it, let me know. If you have any other pro tips of your own that you found to work really well for you, drop those in the comments. But that's just a little bit of an overview of Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, and why this is such a popular experience is because it is truly magical. It is immersive, and it's one of those parts of Magic Kingdom that you really don't get to experience unless you're going specifically for an appointment. So take that with you as you plan your next trip. If you need any help planning, we're all here to help you. And thanks for listening. Bye-bye.